whole life has been copying. That's how I learned to play. I didn't learn to play by going to, it's one of the faults in my playing, is I never learned to play. I learned by watching. I should have gone to school and learned how to do it. Or school, I should have gone to classes and had tuition, but I never did. And I learned by watching the great drummers in London, Phil Seaman, people like that in London, and American players when they came over. I came here when I was 17, not to see all that. I came to see Bud Powell and Kenny Clark playing at the Club Saint-Germain on the left bank. Yeah, I didn't. It was a bit quicker than I thought. You learn to play the drums, you're stuck in this position where you can't, you need other people to play. If you're a guitar player, you can sit and practice and that.
Alors, ma guitare, elle est ici.
I was always brought up under the theory that the drummer is an accomplice. I don't like drum solos, I don't ever take them. I admire some people that do them, but generally I don't like them. It's not something I sit and listen to. I prefer drummers in a band, playing with the band. Going to sing, Bernard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yes.
People ask me, what's the matter with you? Right?
Right, and you can... And acoustically, the drums are the loudest thing in a band. When you're young, to play jazz, it's very hard. You have to learn volumes, really. It's one of the hard things, is to play with great intensity, very quietly. It's very hard, but it's one of the things you have to do if you want to play the music called jazz.
Out so long, I've been sleeping all alone, Lord, I miss you. I've been hanging on the phone, I've been sleeping all alone, I wanna kiss you.
My point of view, it was a totally different song. The only sense that was made of it was when Bernard sang it. Because when you're playing that time over long notes, it could be anything. You could be playing My Favourite Things or something.
Oh, tell me why you wait so long. Oh, baby, why you wait so long? Come on, come on.
mind you, I play like that anyway. As Keith would say, we play by feel, which we do really. But feel is numbers as well, you know, you have to count and all that. But again, it was in such a difficult time for both me and Bernard, because we used to doing it the other way. It wasn't difficult, it was unusual time for us. That was the you know, you had to count the whole blooming thing. Bottom line is I'm actually winging it. Likewise, when you're playing rock and roll, you know, the challenge is strength and the regularity of it. And I like both. I like rock and roll because it's dance music. Our version, straight 4, you know, it's 4 on the floor, you know. It's a good song for drummers. It's a groove song. You know? You have to play stronger, really. It's more of a dance beat. I mean, you can dance to jazz, you know, but it's much more of a ethereal type of sound. My thing, whenever I play, is to make it a dance sound. Doesn't matter whether it's a blues or whatever, it should swing and bounce. And usually, you know, the song that Mick writes would be one, and it makes you feel like, oh, it's a Philadelphia thing, or it's a Motown, you know, whatever. Or it's a techno type thing, which is what Miss You was in a way. It was a techno version of that time when Mick wrote it. So you know, you emulate all that. Could be called copying. But we do. I mean, I do. I don't know if they do, but I do. But there's nothing wrong in that, I don't. Providing you honour it or respect it. I think that's part of it, you know. Drumming is a thing that and drummers are things that people that I've looked at and I've made a living at, and I can never become as good as the people I watch. It's terribly frustrating. And there's so much to learn. You know, you think you've cracked it and you're alright, and you go to some little club in New Orleans and there's some guy who's nobody's heard of except 5 of his mates who play in the band, and he's a great little drummer. You just think, or you go and see a master like Roy Haynes or something, but one expects and knows how good he is, but even when you see him you think, I'll never ever get there.